Alright guys, check it out. 95 Kawasaki KDX 200 two-stroke. Just popped up on Facebook Marketplace for a pretty decent price. You really can't find these bikes too often, especially in the condition it is in. And I just offered $1,000 and he said, sure, come pick it up. It's about an hour, 10 minutes away, maybe an hour 20. So it's not crazy far. And I asked him if anything was wrong with it. Let's quick go through the pictures here. It's hard to see the condition of it, but it looks like it's pretty good. It's all there, all original. The pipe looks like it's in good shape. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Maybe he'll even take 900 when I get there. Who knows? But he said he just rode it home, and he said the clutch was hanging up a little bit, but it wasn't a big deal. So we're gonna go there, see if we can get this bike for 900 bucks. And I'm pretty pumped about it. I've owned one other Kawasaki KDX in the past. I think it was a 200, I believe. But yeah, they're really nice bikes. They go for pretty good money as well. So yeah, should be pretty fun. Let's go pick her up. All right guys, just about to head out. It's a pretty nice day out, so we got lucky there. It's supposed to rain in a couple hours, so hopefully we beat the rain. We've got an hour and 17-minute ride ahead of us, so better get comfortable. A little bit of a drive, but hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully the bike's nice. And I don't have to stop for gas, so we're all good there. But let's head out and go check out this bike. Hopefully we can get it for less. All right guys, a little update. We are 35 minutes away right now. So looking pretty good. Drive is not too bad at all. It's towards Madison area, so not much traffic at all. But a couple things we're gonna look for. We're gonna try to chew them down a little bit. Typically, you know, bearings are pretty much junk on every bike I've looked at. Typically. So you can look at wheel bearings, kind of move the wheel back and forth, see if there's any room for play in the wheel bearing. You can check the shocks and the forks in the front, see if they're leaking. We're going to be checking the spokes, seeing if any of the spokes are broken. We're going to be checking handlebars, see if the handlebars are bent. And then we're probably, if we have time, check the air filter, but I'm guessing we're not going to do that. Sometimes I do. If the bike is really, really crappy, I'll check if there's an air filter. But usually I just ask the person, you know, have you done maintenance on it? When's the last time you cleaned the air filter and the oil? And they're usually pretty honest because you can pretty much just look at it right when you're there. So they typically don't lie about that. A couple other things we want to check for is plastic conditions. Plastics are pretty expensive, so we want to see if they have any gouges in them and stuff like that. Just simple stuff like that. But and then see if there's any rips in the seat, because the seat cover is going to cost you $50. So we're not going to pick it apart too much. But yeah, you can also check for like sprockets and chains. See if those are worn out, because you really can't get away with just buying a new sprocket. You have to buy the whole set, because if you buy just a sprocket, then it wears down the chain and the other sprocket faster. So just a couple things to look for. Hopefully it's pretty decent, and then obviously take it for a test drive. If it goes through all the gears and it starts up and it sounds good, I'm going to buy it, and I'll probably offer 900 bucks. I'm not going to go much lower than 900, I don't think, unless it's a piece of crap, but I don't think it is based on the pictures. So anyway, we'll be getting there in like 33 minutes now, so stay tuned. We'll see what we can do. All right guys, we're like 0.5 miles away right now. Getting pretty dang close. Nice little neighborhood here. Let's see. Looks like we're gonna be turning right up here. 0.1 miles we're turning. This is right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Take the next right onto Friedel Drive.
Alright, right here. And then 0.3 miles. It's gonna be out here.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
Alright guys, here we are. Hopefully this bike is good. Stay tuned. Alright guys, well, we got the bike sitting in the back right there. Guy was super nice. He was from Missouri, and he was only selling the bike because his transmission in his truck went out, so he needs some money to pay for that. But yeah, the bike is decent. Needs a couple things. Back fender's cracked a little bit. Needs rear wheel bearings. cosmetically not the cleanest looking thing in the world, but I got it for $870 bucks, which I thought was pretty good. That's like the price of a CR80 in rough shape, so I'm pretty happy with that price. It came down almost $400 off of the asking price, so can't complain too much. Tires look pretty newish on it. The brakes are really good. The clutch grabs a little bit, but nothing serious. We're probably just gonna tear into it and fix it all up. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It runs pretty good, shifts through all the gears nicely and stuff like that, so it's a good runner. But yeah, we'll get it home, take a look at it, and start digging into it. All right, just got back home. Let's check out the beast. All right, here it is. Rained a little bit on the way home, so that's why it's wet, but you can see the frame needs a little work. A little bit rough, but I didn't see any cracks in the frame, which was good. And it's all complete. So it's got all the plastics and everything. Everything's wired up correctly, starts up and everything. So that's a plus. Even as a kickstand, which is nice. I like the kickstands on the trail bikes. Let's see, the motor looks pretty clean. Doesn't look like there's any JB weld on there or anything, which is good. Carburetor looks pretty good. I think it'll look a lot better when it's pressure washed off. But I checked everything on the motor, everything looked good. So let's take a look at the sprockets here. Sprockets look good, not too bad. Not rounded off completely or anything. Looks like somebody painted the chain there. I don't know how they did that. It's got an FMF pipe on it, turbine core 2 pipe on it. That's pretty nice. That's really nice. And then it's got the FMF. Is this a gold series? Yeah, gold series pipe. It's got the protector on it, the pipe protector, which is pretty nice. Kickstarter works. I don't see any JB weld on the motor anywhere, so that's awesome. It's got a radiator overflow thing right here, which is weird. I've never seen a bike have one of those before. It's got a newer headlight on the top of it too, and then the tires are pretty good. Newer tires, he said, with tubes in it. He said brand new brake pads. Looks like newer grips up there. Got tail light. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Really, honestly, not that bad. The shock needs to be adjusted. It's like all the way up right now. So it kind of squats, but other than that, not too bad of a bike. Let's take a look underneath the motor. Looks pretty good. He said he drained out the oil because the clutch was doing something weird. And he's like, oh, there's not supposed to be oil in here. I'm like, dude, yeah, there is supposed to be oil in there. So he drained out the oil. So I don't want to run it too much. But we'll get it off the truck and start digging into it. See if we can find some of the problems. Alright guys, got the bike off the truck, looking pretty good. I'm definitely not going to start it up until I put oil in it because I do not want it to get wrecked. But I will sit on it so you guys can see that it is kind of drooping down a little bit in the back. So the back shock needs to be adjusted big time on it, but otherwise it's really not that bad. Looking pretty dang good. I'm happy with it. 800, what did I buy it for? 870 bucks. Not too bad. Alright guys, bike is all pressure washed, good to go. Motor's looking pretty clean in there. Bike cleaned up pretty good. Obviously the frame needs to be painted. I'm gonna look for some Kawasaki green online. I think that would help a ton. And then I think I want to get a new chain for it as well. That thing is just really ugly with the green color. But otherwise, let's check out the other side. It's kind of windy, so bear with me here. Other side looks pretty good. Motor's pretty clean. The seat does have a couple of little rips in it, but nothing too serious. Just one right there, one right here, and one on the other side. But the pipe is clean. Everything else looks pretty good. It's a pretty sweet looking bike. But yeah, let's wash it off a little bit and then try to start this beast up. So yeah, I got there and the guy was like, yeah, I drained out the oil. And the clutch is not supposed to have any oil in there. And I was like, pretty sure it's supposed to have oil in there. He's like, yeah, and then I rode it home. I'm like, yikes, dude, you rode it home without oil in the clutch? It's not good. But he was saying that his friend added 10W30 to this right here, and you could see it in the hole. And he's like, oh, I tried to drain it out. And if you look like that, there's like no oil in there at all. Nothing comes up in the little window. We're gonna try and see if the bolt underneath is tight. Yep. All right, we're gonna add a little oil and then try to start it up. All right, we're gonna fill it up with a little bit of oil. This is just new oil, but it's not the greatest kind in the world because we're gonna do an oil change later on it. I just wanna start it up and be able to ride it for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna start digging into it. But let's put some oil in it first. Alright, the window's now filled up, so we should be good to go. Alright, we're probably going to choke it here. Let's see, choke. It's right here. Choke it, fuel on. He said that the fuel, if you leave the fuel on, it does leak out of the overflow. So that's why he doesn't leave that on. But let's see what happens here when we try to start it up. My prediction, 10 kicks. take it for a little test drive now. Smoking out the back pretty good. No leaking yet. Does the light work? Doesn't look like the light is hooked up. We'll have to hook up the light as well. Let's take it for a little rip. Alright, so not too bad. Clutch grabs a little bit, but it's probably just an adjustment issue, I'm guessing. We could probably just try to adjust it here and see. It's like all the way in the... Oh, here we go. I bet you right here, if we adjust that, I bet you that would release the clutch. Or it could just be the plates are sticking. I think it's been sitting for a while. But yeah, it rips pretty good. We'll take it down the road now. Just do a little flyby, see what that looks like, and see if we can get it to rev out here. Alright guys, first ride done. It's a little boggy. But once you get up into higher gears, it clears out. You probably have to do some tuning to the carburetor. Or it could just be the fuel mixture. But yeah, it's really not that bad. Let me just check the oil here, see if it's white. So far so good in the oil, it's not white, so that means it's not getting past the water pump. So that is good. Looks like everything's tight on it. Let me just check underneath and see if any oil is leaking. There might be a slight oil leak coming from the clutch case cover. So we're gonna have to take that off anyway to get to the clutch. And then another main issue with this thing, I'll show you guys right here. The wheel bearings are a little gone. So yeah, wheel bearings are completely gone. We're gonna order some of those up. Those are pretty cheap. Let's check out the air filter. I'm pretty interested to see if there's a new air filter in there. All right, let's see what happens with the air filter here. Take the seat off. You can see the seat covers ripped right here, right there. Got an FX seat on it. Oh, it does look like it has a new air filter. Look at that, K&N. Dang. That's a nice air filter. Looks like it has a little nest in there as well. Little rat's nest in there. What do you know? Very interesting. We'll have to clean that out. Let's check the frame and see if it's actually a 95 now. Let's see. Check the 10th letter going down. Alright, so S. It's letter S. Alright guys, if you look at the chart right here, S matches 1995. So it is a 1995. That's good. I think that's a pretty good year for these. So, yeah. Alright. So we're probably going to end up cleaning out the air filter. We're going to have to take off the clutch side cover, see what's going on with the clutch. And then we're probably going to look at the coolant, change the oil, and do all that fun stuff, and then take it for a proper ride. Oh, we also have to fix the light on it and the wheel bearings. So lots of stuff to do on this thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the first video of picking up this beast. More to come. Should be pretty fun to see what we find beneath the clutch. And we're going to be doing the wheel bearings and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. Check out lap2.com for motorcycle, ATV, and scooter parts. Lots of great parts up there. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time, we are out.